this isn't something that I'm proud of, and it's not really something that I'm even sure I'm going to upload. Obviously, if you see this video, then that means I decided to go ahead and go forward with it. I think like my biggest apprehension is how I'm going to be viewed after I make this video and upload it. I want to be 100% clear and transparent that this is something I don't partake in anymore. This is something that I did. It was when I was in high school. I was young and stupid and naive, and I didn't really understand what I was doing until one fateful day of health class. Let's go back a couple years. So obviously from this title, you probably know what this is. I surprisingly did not. I didn't really know what huffing was. I didn't know the definition. I had never heard of it or seen it before, but it was, I guess, something that I was doing and I had no idea. Now, this isn't me condoning in any way this behavior, this act. I don't recommend doing it for fun or just 'cause. There are huge ramifications, and you can really hurt yourself by doing this. I wasn't really even sure what I was going to get out of making this video, but I think that it is something that I want to talk about, and I want people to know what this is, what it means. I was upset. I was angry. I hated my life. I hated myself. And I wanted to feel better, and I didn't know how. I think that parents often forget that kids are mini adults and they have problems and feelings and emotions, and unlike adults, they don't know how to properly deal with them. They don't know how to be mature. They don't know any of these things. These are things that they're learning, and that parents are supposed to be guides for their children, and a lot of parents fall short, and that's okay. I mean, everybody's going through this life for the first time. There's no one out there that has like previous knowledge that they're bringing with them. We're all just kind of getting through this life together the best that we can, and sometimes we make mistakes, and I definitely made a mistake. So huffing is the intentional misuse of carcinogenic items to inhale them and to get high off of them. This is something that I was doing with bathroom air fresheners, and I didn't even know that I was doing it. I didn't even know the effects. I legitimately had no idea. I had no clue. The first time that I heard the term huffing was actually my high school health class. We had to do a class project, and we each had to take a drug. Like, not take it, but like we were given it as an assignment to do research on it and then give a presentation in front of the class. And everybody was like, what is huffing? Huffing. What is huffing? And the teacher gave like a brief description because none of us had really heard of what that was. And he, was like, well, it's the intentional misuse of concentrating chemical, sometimes gasoline, and it makes you high. But you have some pretty harsh consequences for doing that to your body. See, chemical is not good for your body. It's definitely not good for your brain, I can tell you that. But what huffing does is you inhale that chemical, and that chemical bonds with certain cells, and it can literally make you lose your memory. And when I heard the description of what he was describing, I couldn't believe it. I didn't say anything to anybody in the class, but I immediately was like, I did not know that there was a name for what I was doing. I had no idea. No idea. I had no idea the consequences. And I was like, okay, I want to know more. So I volunteered to actually take that as the drug that I was supposed to give a presentation on. So I did a lot of research, and I came across a guy, a young boy, and I can't even find the boy's name, but there was this documentary about this kid. He was like 16 or 17, so around the same age as me, and he was inhaling chemicals. And he did it so much and so frequently and had so many blackouts that he literally killed like half of his brain. He had speech problems because of the part of the brain that had like died from the inhalation. And even though he could like barely speak and he stuttered really bad, and sometimes he would just like completely forget what was going on, that he decided to become an activist because he was like me. He was doing something that he didn't fully understand what was going on. I'm not even sure why he was doing it. I knew why I was doing it. But I saw that video in one of our like opening classes that we had, and it was like kind of sobering to kind of see like I'm doing this and I don't even know what can happen, and then seeing the results of that action. It was like, oh, okay, like, this is something I shouldn't be doing, because I didn't know that there were such dire consequences from my action. I didn't know. I had no idea. And I think that it's something that people just don't know about. Like, sometimes it's even joked about, like, sniffing markers at the whiteboard, and like, yeah, it kind of like, man, it smells really good, or like, sniffing glue, like, oh, they eat glue, they sniff glue, whatever. It's kind of like a joke, but I don't think that our society realizes like how big of a problem it is. That literally me as a 16, 17-year-old, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know that it was wrong. I didn't know that it was causing harm to my body. I mean, up until my parents found out and then I got in trouble, did I know that it was wrong. I obviously wasn't doing it like in front of everybody either. So it's like deep down I probably knew that what I was doing wasn't like right. But the dangers of misusing chemical not as directed and keeping it away from kids, or just talking about like not doing that you can literally hurt your memory. You'll have memory loss. It can literally kill part of your brain, and you can lose speech, as what happened with that one kid. I'm really, really lucky that I didn't have those issues. The worst issues I had were like irritation of my mucous membranes from like my nose to my throat and my mouth. And it really felt like the worst cold that I had ever experienced. It was really, really bad. But irritating those parts of your body in that specific way is not good. I kind of wish that people would speak out about it a little bit more. My worry is that me speaking about it causes more people to go and try it, or, just as like fun and games, and it's not fun and games. I'm really, really lucky that I did not have lasting effects from me messing around in a way that I shouldn't have been. I am also incredibly lucky that I had the parents that I had, that my dad sat down and talked with. Like, it was very uncomfortable, and I wish that I hadn't gotten caught, and I wish that I wouldn't have done it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a good thing that I did get caught, and that my parents were a little strict on me for a while. Like, I can go down the bathroom aisle now and don't worry. I can have air fresheners in my home. It's fine. Like, I know better now. But it is a real danger. We have chemicals and we have issues in our home. Just as with inhalants, we have issues with medicine cabinets and kids popping pills, and it's a real problem. Anyway, my biggest hope with this video and talking about this subject is maybe bringing some knowledge to people that don't realize what this is and to watch out for it. Parents, please talk to your kids. Kids, please don't do this. Like, don't do this. I don't know how like blunt I can be, but don't do this. And if you are doing it right now, stop before you have lasting side effects from doing this. Remember, I love every single one of you. I hope that you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.